You wake up, grab your phone, and there it is again. Bitcoin is trending. Again. One person says it's dead. Another says it's the future. Someone flexes a profit screenshot. Someone else says they lost everything. And you're just sitting there thinking, how is a digital coin, something you can't touch, can't hold, can't even see, worth more than what most people earn in an entire year? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people talking about Bitcoin don't actually understand it. They repeat headlines, they repeat prices, they repeat fear or excitement, and you're left wondering, am I missing something? Or is everyone else just pretending they get it? So let's slow this way down. No hype, no fear, no tech flexing, just a clean, calm explanation of what cryptocurrency actually is and why Bitcoin refuses to shut up. Let's start simple. Cryptocurrency is digital money that doesn't need a bank to exist or to move. That's it. No bank holding it. No office approving transfers. No middleman deciding when your money can move or when it can't. Bitcoin is the first, and still the most famous version of this idea. It's not a company. It's not an app. It's not a stock. It's a system, a set of rules running on computers all over the world. Instead of trusting a bank, the system uses math, public records, and agreement between computers to keep things honest. Yeah, it sounds strange, but stay with me. Think of money like a notebook, a giant notebook that records who owns what. Right now, banks own that notebook. If the bank says you have $1,000, you have $1,000. If they say you don't, you don't. Bitcoin changes who owns the notebook. Instead of one owner, everyone gets a copy. Every transaction gets written down in every notebook at the same time. You can't secretly erase a page. You can't quietly rewrite history. You can't say, trust me, bro. The notebook is public, the rules are fixed, and no single person controls the pen. That's the core idea. Let's make this real. Meet Alex. Alex is 27, works a normal job, makes about $52,000 a year. In 2020, Alex hears about Bitcoin from everywhere. At first, Alex ignores it. Sounds fake, sounds risky. Then 2021 hits. Bitcoin is everywhere again. This time, Alex decides to test it. Not gamble, not get rich, just test. Alex buys $500 worth of Bitcoin. Months pass. The price goes up, then crashes, then goes up again. At one point, that $500 becomes $1,200. Alex does nothing. Later, it drops to $600. Alex still does nothing. Why? Because Alex realizes something important. Bitcoin isn't behaving like a paycheck. It's behaving like a system people argue about while it quietly keeps running in the background. That curiosity, not greed, is what pulls people in. So how does Bitcoin actually work? No buzzwords, no tech overload. When someone sends Bitcoin, that transaction gets announced to the network. Thousands of computers, called nodes, check it. They ask simple questions. Does this person actually have the Bitcoin? Has it already been spent? Does this follow the rules? If the answers are yes, the transaction gets grouped with others into a block. That block gets added to a chain of previous blocks. That's it. A blockchain is just a timeline of verified transactions. No secrets, no edits, no rewind button. New Bitcoin enters the system as a reward for computers that help secure it. And here's the part people don't forget. There's a limit. Only 21 million Bitcoin will ever exist. No printing more. No emergency button. No late-night policy meeting. That scarcity is why people compare it to digital gold. Not because it's shiny, but because it's limited. So why does everyone keep talking about Bitcoin? 3 reasons. First, it challenges the idea that money must come from governments or banks. That alone makes people uncomfortable. Second, it showed up after a financial crisis when trust was already broken. People were ready to question the system. And third, the price moves fast. Fast price movement creates stories. Stories attract attention. Attention creates noise. That's why Bitcoin conversations feel loud, emotional, and confusing. It's not just money. It's money plus politics, plus technology, plus human fear. That combination is always messy. Let's clear up some common misunderstandings. Bitcoin is not anonymous. Transactions are public. Names aren't attached, but patterns exist. Bitcoin is not only for criminals. Cash existed first. That argument doesn't really hold up. Bitcoin is not always instant or free. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow, sometimes fees exist. It's a system, not magic. And no, Bitcoin is not guaranteed to go up. Nothing is. Not stocks, not real estate, not this. And finally, not all cryptocurrencies are the same. Bitcoin is one idea. Others try different rules, different goals, different trade-offs. Lumping them together just creates confusion. Here's the grounded takeaway. Bitcoin isn't a shortcut to wealth. It isn't a scam button. And it isn't a religion. It's an experiment that refuses to disappear. People talk about it because it forces a question we don't usually ask. Who should control money? Banks? Governments? Code? Everyone? You don't have to love Bitcoin. You don't have to hate it. You just need to understand why it exists before reacting to it. Confusion creates fear. Clarity removes it. That's the win. Bitcoin will keep changing. The conversation will keep changing too. Prices will move. Opinions will flip. Headlines will scream. Understanding is the only stable part. If this helped you see the topic clearly without the noise, stick around. More calm explanations. More systems explained.